How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Cosplayers Paradigm. This episode is actually going to be the season finale, and I wanted to go live and, I'll open up the floor to anyone who'd like to join in and say hi. And yeah, other than that, we're just talking about the endeavors that this entire journey has, brought forth. Starting back, you know, Wow. Yeah, it's back a couple of years now. Um, I've had a lot of great conversations and episodes with many cosplayers of different styles, professional, amateur, and so forth. But it's brought me to different Comic Cons as well that I didn't think I'd actually be able to go to. And I was able to travel all over. Just recently, I got back from the Chicago's Comic and Expo, Entertainment Expo, C2E2, and I was actually blown away with how well it was put together and the variety of things to do. I mean, the adventures of going to different Comic Cons, it's it's fun because you don't know what to expect at each one. Um, some of them could focus on the celebrities and the vendors. Others can focus on extra entertainment that goes on as well. But you're always in for a surprise, but at the same time, you're always in for a good time. It just all depends what you're looking for, and yeah. Um, but yeah, this year started off pretty good. I've gone to two different cons. AMKI in Milwaukee, Wisconsin was the first one, and then C2E2 here was the second. Have a have a few different cons picking up later in the year that are going to be going on, and next weekend. If everything all works out well, we'll be going into Kalamazoo Con in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And following up there, I will be attending the Great Lakes Anime Festival in New Baltimore. So that should definitely be a fun one. But yeah, yeah, it's been a quite interesting year so far. But I I guess when it comes down to it, what I wanted to go ahead and do this podcast, I wanted to give people a voice. I mean, everyone sees your cosplays, and you know, you're out there doing your thing. You're helping people. You're enjoying. You're making content. But you know, how did you get into it? Like, what is the story behind it? Like, what's your drive and so forth? You know, but you know, it's hard to put into words right there, just because all of us have a different style, what we like, what we do, and who can take that away from you? You know, and of course, this year we've had a lot of things that we've seen on social media. Some negative, some good, and the cosplay community has taken a hit a couple times, and we need to we have to band together a little bit more. Show more support. I mean, we already do, which is good, but there are some cosplayers out there, some people in general, content creators that you know they're quiet. They don't want everyone to know what's going on, so they take the struggle by themselves, and instead of reaching out for help, they bottle it up. And I I get it. I've done it numerous times, and it does hurt. But if you're struggling, reach out. You know, find a friend, find a neighbor, go to the library, go to the grocery store. Just find someone to talk to you. You know, but yeah, I mean, this is a safe place right here. I mean, anyone who wants to be on the show, definitely, you're more than welcome. Absolutely. And if you ever need to talk, message. I mean, there's a lot of us out there. I mean, We've got Conventurous, who's another podcast that does a phenomenal job going to cons, talking to people. Great pair of people, very nice. Um, Con Culture podcast, a nice group of people that they travel around doing the same thing, and it's fun to go ahead and see that because that everyone who's got the like mind is it's awesome, but seeing people who take it to the next step, they have fun, they're inclusive, it makes it even better, Um, Comic Beers and Sci-Fi went ahead and did a collaboration with them back in November, and that actually was really fun. I mean, adventurous, well put together um, team. Yeah, that's the thing. We're out there. We're inclusive. We're there for you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hard to say anything other than that. Just if you need someone, we're here for you. Shout out, of course, to a couple cosplayers that every time that I'm talking to people about cosplay, they come to mind because their skills are their skills are top notch on many different levels. But Pink Opal, Pink Petal, Night Mage, B, BB Alkalade, um, you know, each one has a style to them that it really brings the creativity, the fun. And then you got content creator personalities that are cosplayers that they focus on both sides, where they do content as well as extra posting. They really branch out, like Freakazoid cosplayers. They were really fun to talk to, and you have other cosplayers who they don't do it as much, but when they do it, it's like from your childhood, your the fun. But they do other things too, like voice acting. And you have Khalid, who is an amazing guy in general. That's a great story too. If you ever want to go ahead and talk to someone who is humble, nice, and completely understanding, ever need to reach out to him definitely. So yeah, but we've gone 3 seasons now, and ending this season 3 right now with this, and you know we'll be back, of course. I mean, I love doing this. I love talking to you. I love having guests on here that would like to talk and reach out. But yeah, anyone out there who wants to go ahead and message and have a question, or if you want to go ahead and leave the actually look into the caption of the description of this episode here, and if you want to be on the show, the link is right there as well. So you can definitely do that. Um, yeah. Now let's see. Got a couple cosplays that I'm trying to go ahead and finish up. That later on in this year, I'm going to go ahead and unravel, or I should say, unveil. Um, one of them, I love the idea and the concept of him. I really do, and I got someone who's helping me with it. Uh, they're making the wig, styling it, and by now they probably are done. But I'm not the pushy guy to go ahead and say, "Is it done yet? Come on, I need it." Um, that will be for Professor Chaos Butters from South Park, and definitely can't wait for that one. That's definitely a fun one. That's going to turn a few heads just because the nostalgia of things. Um, Later on in the year, of course, want to go ahead and do a Voltron collaboration, and so I'm going to go ahead and be the lovable cook from Voltron, and I'm going to be Hunk. That show really, really speaks to me. I mean, I grew up with it, and the reiterations over the years, you know, it's hard not to like it. Whether you're a fan of the lions, the vehicles, or whatnot. But yeah, and if I can actually get it, I have a big one that I want to do, but this one's a bit harder just because of the more material that has to go with and time between work and everything else. But if I'm able to, it'll be an OC character version of Reptile. That one I'm really looking forward to, and hopefully something from Dragon Ball as well. But we'll see. All depends on time, money constraint, and you know more things. But I think everyone else understands that. I mean, how could we not? You know. Oh, let's see. Gosh, the first year I went ahead and did this, I went to 15 Comic Cons, and hearing that out loud now still makes me go, "Wow," because I did not expect that to actually be possible. And last year, I jumped up to 17, and I'm not going to do that again. I went ahead and I did 5 events in 1 month, and that was draining. So not no, not going to do that. Maybe 3, but definitely not 5. And this year is shaping up pretty good. I've got a nice lineup of different places to go, other than the ones that I mentioned. But yeah, it should be really good. Now, there's a few panels that I've wanted to work on, and I would absolutely love it if anyone would love to be helping out with that. Bounce ideas off, help create. Um, yeah, if anyone's got any comments or any ideas, please reach out. Definitely, um, definitely open to constructive criticism. And yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. I mean, cosplay is about creativity, inclusiveness, helping. But yeah, and if you have any other cosplayers that you know of that you would love to see on the show, or you want me to reach out to, definitely, you know, I am open to anyone being on the show. You know, that's that's like in life. We need to go ahead and include everyone. Doesn't matter. You know, leave the frustration at the door and focus on the main stuff. Happiness, fun, because that's what this is all about. Is fun. You know, I mean, how many other people get a chance to say, "Oh, I traveled to do this"? I mean, yeah, you can go to a baseball game or hockey or whatnot, but you know, there's only so much fun you can do with that. Here, we can go to different events. We get to dress up. We get to meet other people. We get to see other people in the same style, and we get to go ahead and meet new people. I mean, strangers become friends. Friends become family. And sometimes you get to go ahead and see them outside more often. Other times you go ahead and see them again at the con or the next con, and maybe they become your con family, if you will. But yeah, got a couple there that are really nice like that. Happy Rock cosplays, and I should say Happy Rock photography as well. Very, very wonderful person, and I make it so cosplay. Envy the Green Fairy, same thing. Just yeah, absolutely amazing people. So it's just it's fun to reflect back and think about what you've done, but at the same time of maybe you helped someone, or maybe just that little bit of talk encouraged the person to continue on again. Um, yeah, it's fun like that. But at the same time, it's humbling. You know, it's not like we go ahead and do this for the money, the glory, or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, some cosplay contests are nice to go ahead and enter, absolutely to win, but it's not like we want to be the absolute best where that's all people see. We just want to go ahead and have our art, recognized. So I guess it's hard to go ahead and put it into words without sounding either, like you're not really into it or if that's all you're about. I'm trying to find the words right in between. So far, it's not working out for me. So let's see. Okay. So, what other fun stuff would you like to go ahead and do throughout the year? That's something else that people have been asking in general. Like, I mean, Comic Con's one thing, of course. We have Ren Fests, and there's other variations. Like a Viking Festival, stuff like that. Um, yeah. What other events out there would be fun to cover or attend? You know, I've had a few people tell me about the Electric Forest. Now, I know a little bit about it, but not a lot, just because I've never been. And yeah, kind of curious. I mean, if anyone has any other details or comments about that, same thing, please let me know. Um, hmm, really want to go ahead and head out west more. There's a few cons out there that, a few people have told me about, and kind of want to check those out. They're a little smaller cons, but they're also fairly large compared to others. Um, Obviously, San Diego's on my list. I mean, it's on everyone's list who cosplays or likes anything like a Comic Con. I mean, how do you not? I mean, the celebrities that show up there just to cosplay or to go to it themselves, not necessarily attend, but the cosplays are top tier, top notch. But yeah, and of course, New York, Dragon Con would definitely be great ones to go to. I would love to go to Japan and see how the Comic Cons over there are. I've been told they differ big time. Um, they're more streamlined and efficient in the essence of, um, I guess, like vendors and what to see. It's very uniformed, and where ours over here are sometimes a little bit more extravagant on the fun. You know, just different styles. And I'd love to experience that, have a firsthand, idea of what the difference is rather than reading about it or anything else. So that's definitely on the bucket list to go ahead and attend at some point. Who knows? Maybe next year or maybe in a few years, but time will tell. I mean, hey, that's all of us have right now is time, right? We work, we play, we have fun, we relax. I hope everyone is doing good, smiling, and you know, feels good about themselves and what they do and what they enjoy. You know? Um, Recently, I've actually had issues with that myself, and it's not something I talk about unless I'm talking to someone specific. But you know, I've I've been depressed, and I've had issues in times where I didn't know anymore. You know, but I've had a few good friends. Make sure to check up every now and then and see how I'm doing, and it's a good thing. But I get it. I understand what that's like. That's one reason why I love going to Comic Cons. I mean, if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling invisible, even if I go to the con dressed up and no one takes my photo, there's still people who are interactive. They're having fun. Um, Recently here at the C2E2, they did a meetup like they do at many different cons, but this particular one um, was for wrestling. And of course, I couldn't help it. I dressed up as Sergeant Slaughter. I went old school, a little bit WWE, a little bit of GI Joe, depending on your age bracket. But the cosplayers there were on point. I mean, there was a Doink the Clown, there was a Hussein. Um, just they looked great. Obviously, many others were there, but the whole setup, the camaraderie. Heck, they even had an old school La Parka, which really threw me off, but loved it. And yeah, then we also did a One Piece meetup. So I like to think outside the box, and I decided I'm not going to go as Luffy himself, and I went as you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's like Damon Black, the fake Luffy from Sabaody arc, and yep. So I did the shirt, did the muscle with the scar in the wrong spot. Got a raggedy hat that I went ahead and put together, and the shirt just kind of ripped it up a little bit and cut it to size, basically making it look like I grabbed random scraps to make myself look like someone who I'm not. You know, art imitating person, imitating junk, imitating art, however you want to look at it. And it worked. Got a lot of people's reactions from it. At first, they thought Luffy, but once they realized who I was, it was that, oh my god, because no one does that. We a lot of people do the main characters, which don't get me wrong, I get it. You're an X-Men fan, so you're doing Wolverine. You're a Marvel fan, you're doing Deadpool, Spider-Man. Uh, you know, okay, that's awesome. You know, but gotta give the other guys a little bit of credit too. So that's where I like to do that. In GI Joe or wrestling, you could go ahead and be the main ones like Duke, Cobra Commander. Nope, that's why I did Sergeant Slaughter. It's someone that's still notable, someone that you know, but not the main person you would expect. You know, and if you have any ideas or suggestions who you think that would actually be awesome to cosplay, let me know. You know, I'm a bigger guy, okay, dark hair. I like to goatee, but I'm not opposed to shaving. So, um, yeah, at AMP, someone actually, and you know, I love this interaction because haven't seen him in a while, because cons, we live in different areas. Okay. Um, he doesn't say hi. He doesn't say, hey, what's up, or nothing like that. The first words out of his mouth, and honestly, love it. So, when are you cosplaying Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal? And it actually got me going, I think I want to do that. So, who knows? Maybe later on this year, if I'm able to get the stuff together, um, would absolutely love to do that. I see we have a viewer right now. How you doing? If you're interested in joining, just go into the description and click on the link and join on. Otherwise, feel free, enjoy, leave a comment. Um, yeah, but anyone who wants to go ahead and join onto the show right now, actually, just even if it's for a few minutes to say hi or anything like that, come on in. So, but yeah, this year's turning out fairly good. And I really hope the best for everyone out there too, and hopefully your years are coming in good. Let's go ahead and make 2026 better. Let's not focus so much on the negative, and let's focus it on ourselves and the positivity. And you know, yeah. Gosh, what else? It's weird. I mean, You could say all that you want in such a small amount of time, and yet you know there's so much more. Like, what else? What to think of? You know? I mean, we all work, so we struggle with our bills at times. Let's go ahead and go to a con. Let's go ahead and make a cosplay. Let's get additional stuff. Or in my case, let me go ahead and get new equipment or something because maybe next time when I'm at a con, I can go ahead and make a little bit more content in a different way. Or maybe I can have a partner or someone else who would show up and help me out. Get a cameraman, get a an editor, if you will, or someone to help out with some content. But yeah, that would definitely be nice. But yeah, I don't know. After he said that sweet tooth idea, I've had it on my mind now since the beginning of the month, ever since he said it, and I really want to do it. Maybe at the end of the year, if everything works out well, maybe we get people together and go to a con that we're all going, and we do a twisted metal. Get a few different people dressed up, have some fun. Um, Heck, if anyone's got a ice cream machine, truck, that'd be fun to go ahead and roll up in that, make it look like Sweet Tooth's, and just pile out. But yeah, how's it going? Um, Gosh, so much stuff that would be fun to do throughout the year. Definitely photo shoots. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If things are still going, I have to double check with them, of course, because it's been a little bit. But last time I checked, I should be actually guesting at an event in July. Um, if things changed and I'm not anymore, then, well, thank you for the opportunity. But if things are still going on, then um, not only would I be there to go ahead and, bring some support and say hi to people, but hopefully doing a panel on there as well. And what better panel for me to go ahead and do than podcasting 101, maybe go ahead and do a combination of, a cosplay and podcast. But yeah, it was just things have taken off in a positive note like this, and I appreciate everyone who's had support, help, and encouragement. I mean, without I, there's no other words to say it, but I love you guys. I really do. Um, yeah, you guys are amazing. I mean, the whole community itself is just absolutely amazing. I mean, the foam work people do, the sewing by hand with a machine. Um, Gosh, I'm blown away. And the worst part is I can't always get all the content as much as I would like. I mean, maybe I'll see everyone here, but I will go online and I'll see other people went ahead and saw people over here, and it's like, oh, I would have loved to meet them. Would have loved to see that. Take a look at that stitch work or that prop you built. How did you go ahead and make such a huge prop? On that note, at C2E2, I did see someone that blew my mind. No pun intended, but they did a Doctor Strange, and they were on stilts. The head was huge. The hands were huge. It was like a giant version of a Funko Pop, if you will. But it looked so amazing. Um, it was from the you know Doctor Strange and the Madness one. Oh gosh, I can't believe I can't remember the title. But no, he had the like the blood on the lip, like battle worn, and yeah, it was just it was so inventive and wow. And then, of course, of all things, I never would have expected, and this goes from my childhood, so that I'm I'm dating myself right now, so bear with. Someone dressed up as Bozo the clown, and if you're familiar with that, it's a the clown back in the day would he had his own show, and the kids would go on there. It was fun. It was different, but this cosplayer looked so close to the original. I mean, the mannerisms, the face, the makeup, the design, and of course, his buddy was dressed up as Bozo's friend, Cookie. And they just, it literally was a childhood punch in the gut right there when seeing them. Because if you didn't know that it wasn't them in real life and you were just looking at them, and you would assume this is the real from the 80s, and just wow, you know. But then again, so many different people do such great job, I mean, they really do. It's hard to put it into so many words without visual evidence. I mean, some of the fun parts too, I mean, the creativity. You have someone who's dressed up as Bobby Hill with, Hank Hill on his back. It's like, that boy ain't right. But then you've got someone else who's dressed up from Genshin Impact or from Super Mario Brothers, and you know they do the whole Bowser setup where they've got the shell, they've got the chess pieces made out of foam, not just any foam, but the foam noodles. They cut them down and they did it for the ribs, to make it look like the turtle shells. Just gosh, creativity is it's. I really wish I could pick everyone's brain, and take more time, but yeah, the creativity is out there on so many levels. It really is. Heck, there's even someone I would love to go ahead and cosplay, but um, the prop that I would need, unfortunately, is very expensive. Now, there's a workaround, but for this to work, I would need to find somebody who is really good with coding to go ahead and be able to make like an instrument so it actually does the sounds, like a built-in soundboard where each key signifies to something different. But at the same time, we'd need to actually find the sound files, which I've not been able to find anywhere. I can only find maybe half. So, but no, it would be fun to go ahead and do an amalgamation of Jack Black, you know, like a little bit of Mario Brothers with the Bowser, like maybe a couple props, or Steve from Minecraft. Um, but I would love to get something together, but have a saxoboom as the prop. But those things are expensive, so could always make a fake one if the soundboard thing worked, like on 3D printing or whatnot. So maybe it doesn't look the same, but at least you can give like the imitation of have fun with it. But that would just be fun, you know. Not something I definitely need to do, but something that would be just, hey, I did that because I'm a fan. His work, his style, over the top, fun. Just he puts his work in, his heart into it, his passion, and that's basically what all of us do. We see something, we believe in what we want to do, we put the passion in, and we bring it to life. And on the note of bringing something to light, a passion project, to be will, while at C2E2, was I was blown away by a display, and only to find out that the display continued on with something more. And he actually did a movie and had more on display of other cosplays and other things he's built. But this one here is going to go out to Tris Rex. He is the creator of the aliens creatures in his shop. He did the movie called Aliens Resurgence, which aired at C2E2 on Saturday. And he starred in it with his friends, family. Honestly, it was for a, for a fan film to see someone's passion being brought to life. it was amazing to see. I mean, when you watch it, if you're able to watch it, which I hope you guys search for it, you should be able to find it on a link on his webpage. Follow him, Trust Rex. Um, it could be it's on YouTube as well. At least I believe so. It's it's shot in such a confined area, but when you're watching it, you wouldn't expect it to be that like that. I mean, he did a phenomenal job with with everything, and the creatures looked on point. They really did. So if you're able to experience that, like I did, if you're able to go ahead and reach out, find him on social media, if you can see the clip or anything, do it, because oh my gosh, that was awesome, man. Yeah, so much stuff that we could go ahead and talk about, but where to start, where to begin, again, if you will. Um, Gosh, it'd be fun if anyone would like to go ahead and join, because we'd love another person's perspective right here of what else, or if you have anything from what you've heard and you want to go ahead and elaborate on or have questions on, please join. Let me know. But let's see. I'm definitely looking forward to Kalamazoo. Uh, a lot of people I know are going to be there, which is it's going to be always fun to see them again. It really is. And another one that's definitely looking forward to and waiting to hear back is the Cherry Capital Comic Con C4. Um, yeah, I love that. C2, C4s, C3, C3PO. Hey, let's go ahead and just have a little fun with that. But no, the Cherry Capital went last year, and it felt like home. Like everyone was so welcoming, so well put together, so nice. And I'm definitely looking forward to that one again. That one should be coming up here in May, and who knows? I mean, I've been traveling all over, and would love to go ahead and travel even farther. But I mean, heck, if anyone's willing and you want to go ahead and drive me out or fly me out to a different area, just so I can go ahead and check the con out or whatnot, I'd be definitely up for that. Um, you know, hmm, gosh, it's fun to go ahead and reflect on it, but it's hard when you're by yourself and you know you want to go ahead and reflect with other people and talk to them. Just get their input, their words of you know what additional, or even not if not that, just yeah, the opinions of other people definitely helps out at times. Sometimes when you have brain fog of something that you want to focus on. You know, like I've been trying to figure out how to make a helmet out of foam, and unfortunately, I don't have a workstation, so every time I've tried, it keeps falling apart. But then someone told me maybe I should go ahead and make a base on the outside. Well, I should say a base on the inside of maybe cardboard or wire, and then put the foam on the outside. Kind of layer it up. It would be a little bit heavier, but it would be sturdier and might actually, hold. So maybe I'll try that. But yeah. Now, do we have anyone out there who's interested in, like videography or, um, you know, shooting the camera or, doing interviews, stuff like that? And because if you're interested, reach out. Maybe we can actually go to a con together and you're able to help me out. Or if you're an aspiring podcaster or journalist yourself, then maybe we can collaborate in general at a con or event. And you know, but yeah, I mean, gosh, it's just so many things, so many people with so much creativity. I mean, man, 3 seasons. Gosh, if you would have told me that I'd be doing this years ago and said that, oh hey, you'll be on the computer, you'll be going to events, you'll be interviewing people or doing a podcast, I would say, yeah, right. I mean, I was never the person to get up in front of people. I was always you know, the shy guy, if you will. But now, yeah, I mean, I'm on the internet here for the world to see, and no problem talking. I mean, I've gone ahead and up on stage. I've talked to different people. Um, yeah, it's weird how life turns around from what you think you're going to go ahead and do to what you want to do to where you're at and what you are doing. I mean, for years I was in the retail business. That's basically what I focused on. It's what I knew, and then I got let go. Didn't know what I was going to do, but put my feelers out, and suddenly something came up, and it was different. It was more of an actual labor job where hands on, doing more physical, and I've almost been here a year, and honestly, I was blown away with why did I never do this before? Why did I wait this long? And I don't know. I mean, I guess that's one of the biggest things. Don't be afraid of change. I mean, I was, and when change abruptly came up, I accepted because there was no other thing to do, and now I'm enjoying it. I mean, yeah, I said it twice. It's just you never know where you're going to be in life, but just smile. Even if it's something you don't like, just smile. It'll help you out. Wait till your next step of what you want to do. Just think, like the creativity when you're making your next cosplay. Maybe you accidentally cut the fabric early, and now it's shorter. You don't get upset. You smile and go, "All right, now I'm making something different," or maybe now I'm making an original character because now you have to do an alteration to it. Just in the famous words of Bob Ross, "Happy accident." Yep, it's a happy accident. But yeah, it's such as life, in general. I mean, a lot of times we focus on negativity a little too much, and I don't think we should. I mean, it ages you, it hurts you, and that's definitely something we don't want. We don't want pain. We want happiness. So please, everyone, be out there, smile when you're down. Just think of me and then go, oh gosh, yeah, at least I'm not that guy. Sorry, couldn't help it. But yeah, that's why I love talking to you guys. I love meeting you guys. Every single one of you is just absolutely amazing. And sometimes it's not just the adults that are cosplaying, the teenagers. I mean, this one young girl was at a con, and I don't know because I didn't get a chance to talk to them other than get a picture because it was nostalgic. It was amazing, and when I mentioned it, the father's face lit up. Like maybe he convinced her to do it, or if not, maybe he showed her and she fell in love with it. So he's like, I want, and she's like, I want to do this. But from the Muppet Show, one of the skits that they always did, or I should say not always, but every now and then, was Miss Piggy as well as a few of the others. It was called Pigs in Space. And this cosplayer literally had the whole setup, the pig nose, and it was a smile and a half. And I've seen that a lot recently. The Muppets have been everywhere. At a different con, I saw Oscar the Grouch being done as a puppet, and it was on point. This guy had the trash can, had Oscar, and he was operating the hand, the head, everything, all while looking like he's carrying the trash can. And recently here at C2E2, someone did a collaboration and they did Kermit the Frog as Zorro from One Piece in the um Thousand Sunny, and it was great. He had one of the masks on, and so you couldn't really see his mouth, but he was doing the voice of Kermit. He had the swords in his hand, put the sword in Kermit's mouth right there, and he was operating everything. Yeah, it's this creativity. It just thinking back to it, it makes me smile. It really does because I can't believe how many people can pull this off. It just it's so hard to put into words other than that I'm I may not know you personally or anything, but if you're out there and you're a cosplayer, I'm proud of you because you're doing what you love, and that's that's all that's needed. You know, I mean, if you make money off of it, doing more, hey, more power to you. But that's the thing; it's not necessary. It's just it's just amazing. It's one of the biggest things that I look forward to whenever I go to a new con, just to see what people have brought out. Do we have old school? Do we have new? Do we have an original character? Do we have a collaboration? Do we have a group cosplayer or not? Speaking of a group cosplay, I just saw three people, father and two sons, dressed up from the movie The Warriors. They had the Warriors vest on, they had the setup, and if you know me personally, you know I'm an idiot because I love my movies. So, of course, if you're familiar with the Warriors, then you know what I'm going to say. If you're not familiar with the Warriors, there is a character who does not care for them, and he's got bottles on his fingers, and he's clanking them. And while he's doing it, he's literally not really yelling, but more or less kind of creepily projecting Warriors come out to play, and it's just yeah. But no, this family did that, and the vest looked amazing. You could see the kids were having fun. The father, of course, once someone said anything about knowing it what it was, he lit up. So of course, had to get a picture with of them. But gosh, yeah, there's been people on stilts. There's been people in boxes, group cosplayers where people have to help out the other person because they couldn't move because they were so dedicated to what they were doing. Gosh, there's so many different styles. I mean, leave a comment below what your favorite type of cosplay is. And if you cosplay, what is one of your favorite cosplays you've ever done, or what you're looking to, just what's next for you, or would love to hear more. Yeah, and of course, even if you're not a cosplayer on the standard side, if you're a furry, or if you're into the group cosplay, or single, um, it doesn't matter. I'm really intrigued to go ahead and hear your thoughts and hear your endeavors, because everyone it's you're all beautiful. You're so creative. You bring imagination and creativity to life, and for a while it's something that seemed missing for so many people. And watching what you do and seeing a kid's face light up, like, oh my gosh, there's Elsa. Or seeing, like, their favorite horror character. It's like, there's Jason Voorhees. Oh my gosh, it's Pinface. Or most recent, of course. I don't know. Maybe someone else can elaborate why, but so many people have done Pyramid Head from Silent Hill more often. Now, maybe I missed it and there was a game that came out again or something else about it, but it's so on point. I mean, you've had male versions, you've had female versions, you've had colored versions where it's, like, painted differently. Um, maybe I should choose different words for that. And I apologize if I offended. I did not mean to, but I just meant, it was like rainbow color. There we go. A plethora of different styles to it. And I still do not get how people can make those big swords so wonderful. How well they put them together. It just they don't flop, nothing. They're just solid. So many props, and props to you guys as well out there who actually put them together. Because wow, here's a poll for people. If you're listening and tuning in late, or you're catching a rebound of this afterwards when it re-airs, um, what is your favorite type of cosplay? Do you like to spend a lot of money? Do you buy it at the store? Do you closet cosplay? Do you make it all yourself? Do like, what is your type? Like, what do your go-to version? Would love to hear that. Oof, man, especially dream cosplays. Everyone has a dream of something they want to do. I mean, maybe you're in a job that's well to do and you have the money for it, but there's still something about this one cosplay that you've not done yet. Either maybe you're holding it off for a specific con, or you don't feel that you have the resources to be able to pull it off or whatnot. But it's on your bucket list. Like, if you could, this is the one that you would want to do. I'd love to hear that. What would be your dream cosplay? Me, I've got a few of them, and I've said a few of them before, um, on the series, but there is one that I'm not built for it properly. And I don't get me wrong, I know it doesn't matter if you're big, small. Cosplay is cosplay, and everyone's welcoming. But for this character, it just would feel better if I was a little bit more in the proportions, at least for me. So just a little bit to go. But I would love to do the Guyver Bio Boost armor from the second movie, Dark Hero. Always been a fan of the Guyver series, and that look, the armor, how it's put together, it would be just, yeah, that would be a fun one. But we are coming close towards the end of the episode here, and I mean, I thank every single one of you out there. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now doing this. And I love you guys. And you guys are absolutely amazing. There's no other words around it. I mean, definitely looking forward to seeing you guys at the next con, or maybe not the next, but the one later on. But definitely to reach out, do more. Um, yeah. But as I close this out, you know, be yourself. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. Don't worry about what other people say. You know, if you have an idea, do it. Just do it. The only thing holding you back from creating that next cosplay is you, and there's no one else's opinion matters. I mean, don't get me wrong, we like other people's opinions about it and we accept them, but in the end, if someone tells you not to do something because they don't like it, they're not you. You have your passions, you have your likes, you have your dislikes. So do you. Just do it. Be yourself. Have fun. Embrace the nerdiness. Um, yeah. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, if you're ever having negative thoughts and you need someone to talk to, message me. I'm always here. If I don't answer, that means I'm working where they have my phone, and but I check my phone very regularly, and I make sure about it because you don't know who's going to be contacting you. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, could be who knows. So I make sure to check, and yeah. But with that, everyone, you're beautiful. Love you. Wait till season 4 starts back up again, and would love to go ahead and have more guests on there, more people, new content, and new stories. Absolutely. But until then, everyone, thank you again. And remember, if you can dream, believe, create. Everyone, have a great night tonight. Thank you.